Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Brew with Memli. I'm Mehmet from Memli Coffee Lab, and today I'm going to show you how to brew to the perfection our newest limited coffee from Colombia. This coffee is from Villa Betulia, produced by Luis Anibal Calderon in the region of Huila, in the south of Colombia. It is SL28 variety, processed anaerobically. Anibal Calderon is an excellent producer and a role model. Him and his family, they've been working really hard to spread specialty coffee among his neighbors and helping others to join the specialty coffee community and get recognized for their hard effort. And here we have a great example of this excellence. This coffee was produced anaerobically, as I said, with 200 hours in whole cherry fermentation before being dried directly on the sun for 15 to 20 days. We have here an excellent such a great complexity of flavors between the SL28 essence from Kenya and the South American terroir, as well as this anaerobic process. The recipe for this coffee is 12 grams of coffee for 200 grams of water at 90 degrees C. My water has 50 parts per million as calcium carbonate of calcium, 25 for magnesium, and 50 for bicarbonate. I'm going to start with my first pour of 50 grams and 40 seconds. Grind this coffee in the fine, medium fine range. You'll realize that it actually drips pretty fast. It's quite a soluble coffee. I roasted this coffee on the lighter spectrum with only 9 minutes and 20 seconds of total roast time with 1 minute of development time. In my roasting, so second pour is another 50 grams until 100, and then 50 and 50 for targeted end time about 2 minutes 30, 2 minutes 45. The idea with my roasting style here was to approach heat a little bit more gentle. Instead of doing a classic soak, I did a progressive soak, and in order to reach a crack time around 8 minutes-ish with 1 minute of development time and only 1 or 2 degrees of development temperature. So this coffee has a lot of flavors, especially tropical notes, red fruits like cherry and cocoa nibs or chocolate cocoa finish. And here, in order to prevent this coffee to be too boozy, I recommend two things. The first is to let the coffee sit and rest for at least 5-6 days before you consume it. And the second is to use a relatively lighter temperature, colder temperature, so that you are going to have this nice balance of tropical fruits like mango, pineapple, cherry notes, as well as this cocoa finish. If you use a hotter temperature, you can still use and produce an excellent coffee. You will highlight more this warm cherry and cocoa finish and will miss out some of those tropical notes that is super interesting with this coffee. As I said, no risk of clogging here. It's 12, 200, 4 times 50 grams, and we are almost finished. I opted here for the origami brewer. I believe that it produces a very nice complexity with this coffee. And we have here 2 minutes 40. So that's good. Good finish. The coffee sits at 1600 meters above sea level. On the nose, we have a very sweet and rich mango flavor, some cherry cola, and a little bit of dark chocolate. But it's really prominent tropical notes here. Let's taste. Very round, sweet cup of coffee. Here, I wanted to have like this tropical vacation summer vibe to it. So that mango that we smelled transformed into kind of mango pineapple. Then we have a intense cherry notes here, cherry cola, and a very smooth, lingering cacao finish. On the acidity, it's not boozy. It's actually quite jammy, sweet, and rich. On the brighter side, but not extremely bright. And that's the very interesting part about those anaerobic coffee is the way, first of all, we roast it. And second is the way we brew it. You see, the more you brew it, you feel like you're extracting more and maybe you have less acidity, which is quite right. However, the extracting the cherry licorice note and the cacao note will make you perceive the booziness more than here by keeping the extraction slightly on the average normal 18-20%, you have a nice balance of that acidity. What I like about those anaerobic coffee is the texture. It's very silky, very smooth, almost milky-like. The aftertaste, as we said, is lingering cacao finish. It's a very sweet cup of coffee that pairs really well with a lot of chocolate. But it's as good as it is. It's this limited edition coffee that we have from Villa Betulia. It goes down, you start having this pineapple, almost like grilled pineapple or cooked pineapple, resubmerge from the abyss, along with the cherry and the cocoa finish. So when it was hot, you had more dominance of the cherry note. As it cools down a little bit, we start having a nice balance of pineapple, grilled pineapple, cherry, and cocoa finish. That's why I really suggest to take your time when you drink this coffee. It's really a coffee where you need to pause to savor the flavor of this excellent coffee. Awesome sweetness as well. We scored this coffee 88.5 points. And here I also wanted to highlight the importance of the variety. See, a lot of people say that the fermentation can sort of hinder the potential of the variety. And here's a good example that the variety creates that great harmony between the fermentation and the actual coffee variety. Because if you have a poor coffee variety or a low quality coffee variety, you feel more the booziness, that kind of boozy, funky coffee that you hear from time to time. Now, if you compare a low quality variety versus a high quality variety, such as the SL28, some pink bourbons, some geishas, you can clearly tell a huge difference in complexity as well as in cleanliness and flavor. That's why we opted for this profile. That's why we opt for this micro lot of SL28 Anaerobic Natural from Villa Betulia. Amazing cup of coffee as it cools down. I even get some almost mango note that comes back, mint. Amazing. We only have 60 bags of this limited coffee, so hurry up and let me know if you have any questions or comments. I hope you have enjoyed this brewing video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and see you next time for more brewing.